Hello everybody, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith 1096, our solve count. We were doing great work over here in Mismatch. We have 2 puzzles left. There's this 6 here, the original top puzzle for the region, and then this 7 here down in Crimson. So, oh god. Okay, well, Mismatch rows. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 regions. Well, that's very interesting, isn't it? Is it exact that it is on just these 4 diagonals that everything exists? Or 5 diagonals, in fact? Yes, that is correct. Okay. So, where do we begin? It's 12 regions, 64 squares. But, obviously... Okay, well, there's only 3 colours. So... the smallest a region can be would be 4. Which would be this. Well, this red has to take this blue because it can't go through these. And then it goes up to that yellow. This blue has to go to there, but those are now the same shape, right? So one of them needs to take the extra tile, but we don't know who that is yet. Now this red has to get out. This red has to get out. And this red has to get out. So we're actually not as mortified by what we were observing at the beginning as I could have been. We do have a little nice speck of a foundation. Okay, well, this can't take that red, so it's got to go over. That means this has to go over and up. This can't go up to there. That goes to there. Now, again, could put a box around it, but it might also take one of these to differentiate from a different W. And this goes up and goes over, and as I said, we now have 2 of these, so someone somewhere is going to have to get a differentiation. We're going to go from here to here to here. We can't go through red again, so that's going up to yellow. This has to get to blue, which means that has to get out to there. In fact, that's going all the way up to there. Oh god, okay. So now we have a 5, a 5, and a 5, which means we're going to need a 5, a 6, and a 7. That's the only way that can get to the 6. What I don't love right now... Okay, well, we know these are both 5, so you have to get longer. You're a 6. You're a 5, you're a 5. I can't make either of these 7s. Oh, I hate that, because that means that everything I've done up to this point isn't just the straight up plain logic that I thought it was. I thought we were so okay up to this point. 5, 6, 5, 6. God, I feel like I need to go all the way back to where I started to find some way to disambiguate this. Because this can't get longer. This can't get longer. This can't get longer. But these can't be the same. Okay. So, this one's ambiguous. This has to go to here, go to there. Fine. This has to go to here. And currently, this is ambiguous. This red has to get out. Can't go through those. Gets to this. That goes to there. That gets to there. And then again, we have ambiguity on these. This has to get out, can't go to there, comes across. Can't come across and block that in, has to go up, can't go yellow. This is no longer ambiguous. This comes over. This and this, and now the same, so this has to come over. I'm just getting to the same place I just was. And I hate that. This yellow has to get to a red, has to get to a blue. And then I'm in the same problem zone of having a 5, a 5, and a 5. These are all the same shape. One of them can become bigger. One of them can't become too bigger. But I don't see anywhere else I could make a different line in the logic that I'm building here. And without just using check progress to see if my foundation is correct or not. So, this builds a line that this must get out of. Can't go to there, must go to here. Can't block that in. Could hypothetically take this, but no. Can't go to another yellow. This has to get out. Oh, no. I was going to say, could it go like this, but then this blue, this red can't go anywhere. So you have to get out. You can't go to there, you go to there. You can't go to there, you go to there. I don't see any other way this can possibly go. And that's what's terrifying. Because this is my third line through this logic now. And this and this are currently the same. That disambiguates that. Fine. It's this that's the problem. Oh, hold on. I got it. I didn't have to do this whole thing twice to get here, but I got it. This is the 6. That's a 7, and that's the 5. Okay, well. Took a little extra time, but it got there. Red, can't go through red, needs a yellow. That has to come out to there, that has to come out to there, has to get the blue. That has to get out, has to go to there. Those, get those. This needs one of those. This shape we already have, so that gets that one. I'm mad that I had to go through the logic an extra couple times to realize that this is where I was, but I'm very glad we didn't have to use check progress to get there. Right, last one. This guy down here. Oh god, mismatch, precision 5 rows. So, this is 30, this is also 30. They are both 5 by 6. They are both going to have 6 polyominoes in them. That gets a line, 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 that gets a line. Lines for everybody. You have to get out. And then what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 6 flowers on each side. which we've already figured out effectively because it's polyominoes in precision with mismatch, but 30 divided by 5 is 6, so we get that. Difficulty 7 means that we're going to need to really chew through some stuff to find some logic. Okay. This blue cannot touch this. Cannot touch this. So this blue is either with this guy or with this guy. Now, I like the look of this. If we do this, though, we can still do that. But now this red can't get to any other blue without going over. But we can't do... That would be different. How do you get to a blue now? You can't. Interesting. Can't do that because that's the same shape twice. Okay. So, let's keep working this through. This, can't touch that. Can't touch that. Can touch this, can touch this. It touches this. We can do that. That. That is a hypothetical 1/2. But there's so little to say that this is necessarily absolutely correct. But it does narrow down kind of our selection of pieces. I'm wondering where in here we might find a plus sign, because there's very few options for where it could go. In fact, on this side, there is no place a plus sign can go, apart from there, but then this blue couldn't get out, so... That's a hypothetical plus sign. That's a piece we haven't used. That's a piece we haven't used. We have used this. We've also used that, so that doesn't bode well. Obviously, there are going to be... I think there's one polyomino you don't end up using in a situation like this. It'd have to be that, if this was true. Well, it can't be this. Because not only does that have a problem, but these two can't both be that shape. Am I going to pull up an image of all the polyominoes? Not yet. This red can only either go to that blue or this blue. This red can't go to that blue. So it can only go to that blue. These two, I think, are locked together. Because while I could do this or this, or I could do... yeah, I think those two just end up locked together in some fashion or another. I'm worried I don't have enough logic for this foundation, though. Again, I can't do that, but there's nowhere else for me to put anything on this side. I could check progress to see if this half is correct, but I feel that kind of goes against the spirit of the puzzle, you know? Let's see if we can do this half the puzzle, ignoring the other half of the puzzle, starting with the cross, because I think this is the only place a cross can be. Okay, so it can't be that way because we end up two of the same on one half. If this is here instead... are there any ways that I can get this to go without being just another queue? Okay, maybe that. So this feels like a stronger foundation because it uses the plus that is unique to this side. Can we rejig this stuff? And not break down the whole puzzle to find what remains. Ha! Yeah, putting the plus in as the initial move on either side really seemed to help there, but not bad for a 7. And another jeweled window. Making great progress lately. Well, we're almost up to 20 golds. When we've solved other places before, or when we've solved gold... oh no, it's... how is it normally gone? Like, there's pedestals that you can't see, and then you unlock silver, which then shows you the blank pedestals. Yeah, that was it. So I don't think we're going to get anything specifically for getting 20 perfected windows. But we're really coming along nicely. Solitude, 2 in match that I can't do, 1 in rose windows that I know about, 6 in solitude. Then Bricky and Loopy are tough. Inequality has 3, Difference has a bunch, Watchtower has 2, Compass has 5, Spiral Island and Secluded Garden. And we're really kind of getting there, aren't we? 96% of these. Gosh. But a lot of these have goddamn loopy and I hate it. My brain just doesn't gel with it at all. Alright, we should find another puzzle because we've only been here 20 minutes. These still, like, we've solved just this one. And that was shape bank mingle shape polyomino. That doesn't seem like it would be terrible at all. That was a 5. Are there any other 5s over here? God. Just all... Oh, there's a 5. No. You've got to be having a giraffe. Alright, I think that might be the only other 5 in the region, which is hilarious to me. Alright, well, we're not doing that right now then. So, Watchtower has 2. Difference has loads. Loopy. Bricky. Where's inequality? There it is. 3 more here. 4, 7, 7. Oh, it's this bastard. I've done this thing so many times. Or at least attempted it. And then it always breaks down on this line here. So let's just go through the motions once more, shall we? This is smaller than this. This is smaller than this. That's our correct foundation. So this is bigger than 3. That's 4. Which means this is 5, or 5 plus. This is 5 plus, and this is 4 plus. That has to get out. This can't block that off because this has to be bigger than that, so that has to go to there. This can't go that way, so this has to go to there. That makes for 4. This and this can't go smaller to bigger, so that has to get a line. This has to be bigger than 4, so this is 5 minimum. So that's just locked in at 4. This is 5 plus. This is 5 plus. And that would make this 6 plus. Now, this can't be 6 plus without going back on itself or taking some volume from here. So this becomes a 7. That means this becomes an 8. This has to become a 5. And then if this is 8, this has to be a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then over here, it's all going to break down. There's also that 1 there. So, to get both of these to be 5s, that works, because otherwise that has to come out and make 5, and then that gets trapped in. So those are 5 pluses. This has to be 6 plus. This has to be 6 plus. Which means this has to be 7 plus. But we can't take that cell. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is now equal to this, but we can't take any of the remaining tiles. So this isn't valid. So where can we add 1 tile to something? Basically, is where this all falls down. So that makes 16, but this can't be 16 because we can't go through that chord. Hold on. Wait. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is it that? How did I miss that every time I've been through this puzzle so far? Everything's happy. So, this is 17. This is 19. Q. How did I look at that puzzle so many times and not put together this section to get all of this to be together? I don't know. But I'll take the win. I will take the W for sure. Fresh Eyes doing so much good work. Alright, that leaves 2, a 7, and another 7. I think I'm going to call it a little bit premature there at 25 minutes, rather than delving into that or, oh, this guy is just the worst. So that'll be the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.